They say feminism didn't free women from the oppression they thought they were under. It freed men from the oppression they didn't know they were under. Women initiate over 70% of divorces, and it rises to 90% when they're college educated. Divorce laws do need to be reformed, and prenups need to be more common. It's in the best interest of both men and women to do a prenup while the couple is still on good terms, and just makes more sense. But women tend to get emotional about it by thinking it's because the man doesn't trust the woman. It also makes me sick when the children get put in the middle of all of that. Don't punish the kids by not letting them see your ex just because you're mad at the ex. We frequently witness situations when men are singled out, made to answer for their actions, and told that they should give their wives or live-in girlfriends an allowance because they have a good income. You give them a particular sum of money. It's absolutely insane that men are now beginning to be seen as financial violators and punished for mistreating their spouses by placing them on a budget. It has reached the point where, in my opinion, feminism no longer serves the purpose it once served in achieving gender equality when, as you are aware, women wanted to vote, own automobiles, and hold jobs. They have that now. But in my opinion, every movement needs to attain its goal or come to an end. The issue with feminism, however, is that it has evolved and transformed into a supremacist movement hell-bent on figuratively destroying the social and family structure of the larger part of the Western world. It is eradicating the concept of nuclear families. Men don't want to get married. Women want to take the role of the man in the house, forcing men to assume the role of women. We could go on forever, but in all honesty, women, it's now up to you if you want to do something to encourage more men to pursue marriage. Due to the fact that marriage will eventually become obsolete. There won't be as many kids around, and men and women will no longer connect in the same way. What was once an essential practice that all young adults had to adopt is now turning into the final stage of maturity. How can we hold so many feminists and single mothers who raise their children with the aid of family courts liable for this crisis? According to a recent report by the National Center for Family and Marriage Research, the number of marriages in the U.S. has decreased by about 60% over the past 5 decades. Marriages will continue to fall unless the divorce law is changed. That is what government programs, feminism, spoiled individuals, and indoctrination have done to marriage. It's not difficult to understand this. It's crucial to remember that the nation changes along with marriage. Any community must be built on strong families. Hedonism always has a price. Women do not mature more quickly than males, but they succeed in social dynamics, which receive significant rewards in middle and high school, while nothing men do well receives such rewards. Women also pick up on the fact that they have something that men desire early on and learn how to exploit men to their advantage. Not more mature, it is predatory. Men may possess the same predatory instincts as women, but they are severely restrained by societal mores and the law. Marriage is not just a disaster waiting to happen for males, but it also has a significant negative impact on your mental health. Personally, during my marriage, I simply felt mentally more spent than physically, and I had many thoughts of deleting myself. Now that I'm feeling so much better and those thoughts are no longer present, I simply feel so much better about my life overall. There is no longer any depression, annoyance, or frustration associated with dealing with a lunatic. She got off to a good start, proving that people change, and not always for the better. What sensible guy likes the marriage contract's 100% risk and 0% reward scenario, where the woman is enticed to file for divorce in exchange for money and assets, marriage, and similarly? The custom of courting, dating, and then getting married is no longer practical. We need to do away with this practice in order to replace it with one that better reflects the world as it is today. Who wants to sleep with a lady they just finished bickering with or has to hurry off to a business meeting after they are done? This makes marital intimacy extremely unsatisfactory. Guys should refrain from getting married for bedtime intimacy. She will let you down in more ways than you can fathom because, Generally speaking, marriage to her is a business. She isn't truly in love with you. We are aware of what marriage may be, what was intended to happen. We didn't alter the rules of the game or make it less meaningful by saying that you could only wear a disposable, expensive wedding dress for one day. We are apathetic toward the idea of marriage because of this understanding in the face of dominant pop culture views. Every time the topic is brought up, flapping heads dance and pay no attention to it. To be honest, men are not finished. Simply put, no longer any ladies are around. Women do not desire to comply with life's rules. Then there are the weak guys who let the women dominate, lead, and run all over them. Women now earn more money than they did previously. Additionally, it is quite uncommon for women to wed men who earn less money than they do. A woman's dating options will be reduced, and she will be more likely to stay unmarried as her income increases. Then, many single men have witnessed their parents' divorces and witnessed how unfair the family court can be to guys. It makes sense why they don't want to wed. In a sample of 100 marriages, 60 will end in divorce within 15 years, 30 will remain in unhappy, lifeless unions, and only 10 will result in unions where the spouses are better off than they would have been had they remained single. Men now have more freedom. We've finally come to terms with the fact that guys are now free now that the ladies have told us they don't need us. My unmarried male acquaintances seem to be considerably happier than married men I've seen. It's fascinating to note that the older single ladies I know are generally scathing and bitter. They post terrible things on social media and don't like anything at all. What's worse is that they won't have a husband's support when they get to the point where they need surgeries and other medical treatments. This may entail spending a few weeks recovering at a rehab facility rather than at home. Home recovery yields far better results. It's as though feminism has tainted the entire female population. If you think about it, the marriage rate even correlates with the feminist movement, with all of its ramifications. I am amazed how many women want a traditional man, but they don't care to be a traditional woman. Women with the values shown in the opening are not marriage material. She may want a husband to work for her, but if she doesn't work for him, it's no deal. Adultery and fornication are now legal, so no need for a ring to have a child. It used to be derogatory to refer to someone as somebody else's child, as that is the term for one born out of wedlock. And it's not only marriage. Even to couple up, they treat us just as kind of a married couple with all its repercussions. If you are a man, you better think twice about getting married and never without a proper prenup. I don't even want to talk or be near women at all. That's how I can have peace and security. Given the current state of the facts, I find it really surprising that men continue to get married. It's a shame that despite the fact that we have millions of men who believe us when we tell them how things will undoubtedly turn out. Men, pay attention. You don't even need to get married if you want children. All you need to do is have them with a girlfriend or another co-parenting partner. As an illustration, marriage should be legally outlawed. Men are the targets of the crime. Fathers or men's rights are necessary. Right to our young ones. Right to absolve women who broke their financial obligations to that marriage. The point is, make your own happiness through your goals, your projects, and purposes. Don't chase women. They've become delusionally unpleasant. You'll regret wasting so much of your life trying to be something they will never be satisfied with. Focus on yourself. Build your life outside the lie of romance. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. And let us know your thoughts on this in the comments. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.